Imagine this scenario. You are not aware of it, but someone in the group does not like you. For whatever reason, they dislike you but can't express themselves because they don't want to look bad in front of the group. So they smile at you, and talk to you, and seem agreeable enough on the surface, but at times you get the feeling something is not quite right. You can't put your finger on it, but something's off. You're not always quite sure if they like you, but you want to believe they are on your side, or at least neutral, and these hints of hostility are so subtle, almost subliminal, that you ignore them and focus on the agreeableness you prefer to see. Meanwhile, life in the group goes on. Then one day, out of nowhere, you are blindsided. They deliberately make things difficult or display an antagonistic attitude. Someone you considered a friend, or a possible friend, was really more of an enemy. The mask has dropped off, and their true feelings are revealed. For being unaware, you pay the price with more problems in your work or personal life. In general, people want to present the best image of themselves around others. This means they will often conceal their true feelings and intentions, using smooth words and a smile to distract you from reality. The true emotion, underneath the social mask, is hidden. We need to look past these distractions and take a peek under the mask, to know what's really going on. There are always clear warning signs that come before a hostile or resistant action. People will unknowingly reveal their true feelings in their body language, and the more intense an emotion, the harder it becomes to conceal. Inevitably, as the pressure builds, some of the emotional steam will escape through cracks in their facade. Some of these signs are obvious, easy to spot. For example, a sudden squinting of the eyes at something you have said, the angry glare, the pursing of the lips until they nearly disappear, the stiff neck, the torso or feet that turn away from you while you are still in a conversation, the folding of the arms as you try to make a point, and an overall tenseness of the body. The problem is, by the time you see these obvious signs, their resentment has gotten so strong they can't conceal it any longer. Instead, we need to train ourselves to look for the subtle micro-expressions people give out, to see their hostility before it turns into action. Micro-expressions have been documented on film and studied. They are flashes of emotion that last less than a second. Micro-expressions happen all the time, for they are impossible to suppress. Be aware and begin to look for these tiny expressions that last for only a fraction of a second. A momentary glare, tensing of the facial muscles, pursing of the lips, the beginnings of a frown, or sneer, or look of contempt, with the eyes looking down. Once you begin to notice these micro-expressions, they will become easier to spot. Besides micro-expressions, there are other signs that are subtle but can last for several seconds. A simple test to tell if someone dislikes you is to approach them from behind, or at an angle so they can't see you coming. If you surprise them and they don't like you, you will see signs of displeasure on their face. Their true feelings are revealed before they had time to put on a fake facade. Likewise, if you suspect someone of feeling envy, you can test them by talking about some good news for you, and do it without a hint of bragging. Now look for any micro-expressions of disappointment on their face. Then there is the revealing nature of sudden silence. In conversation, if you say something and there is sudden silence, it may mean you have said something they don't like, or triggered feelings of envy. This sudden silence will be accompanied by signs of irritation, or they may try to hide it with a smile. Before you draw any conclusions from sudden silence, make sure to notice it more than once, looking for clear signs of irritation that come with the silence. People often give themselves away with mixed signals. For example, a positive comment to distract you, but delivered with clearly negative body language like a grimace, a lopsided smile, or a defiant folding of the arms. Some people will send mixed signals the other way. They will put you down with sarcastic words, but have a smile on their face and say it in a jokey way. If this happens more than once, it's probably a repressed way of expressing their hostility. Another good way to detect hostility is to compare how someone interacts with you and with other people. You might notice they are friendlier and warmer with others, but with you they put on a polite, almost formal front. Or you may notice flashes of impatience or irritation in their eyes when they talk to you, but no one else. Also keep in mind that when someone is sleepy, tired, under stress, frustrated, angry or drunk, they will reveal more of their true feelings. They may excuse their behavior as not being themselves under such circumstances, but they are actually revealing their true nature and feelings. In general, you can tell how much someone likes you by how much time they want to spend with you. Notice how quickly they return your texts, emails, and phone calls. Notice their body language when they first see you and their overall vibe when they are in your presence. There is a lot of value in detecting hostile or negative feelings early on. It will make your life smoother with fewer problems, avoiding surprise battles and acts of sabotage. Understanding that someone is covertly hostile toward you will give you room to maneuver. You can take steps to avoid them, cut them out of your life, or instead, double down on your efforts to turn them around, and make them your friend.